Validation. Everybody needs some of it. That's just normal. You do something, you want to know if it landed, if the right crowd saw it, if you actually got famous over it. You say something funny, you want someone to genuinely laugh. You post something, you want the likes to finally come in. That's human. That's always been human. But somewhere along the line, a certain group of people decided that normal validation wasn't fucking enough anymore. They needed more. They needed to go even higher with that shit. They needed to be fucking louder. They needed to be constant, on demand, from as many fucking strangers as possible. And they were willing to do anything to get it. Fucking anything for content. Whether it's to block traffic, destroy someone's reputation live on stream, scream at minimum wage workers for accidentally using the wrong word, film themselves disrupting real businesses with actual employees and actual customers, and act confused when the cops show up. All of it is just for fucking views. Now, if you kept up with my last video about why everyone wants to be famous, this is a direct continuation of that single conversation. Because fame is the fucking goal with the shit. Validation is just the fuel that keeps people chasing it. And when the normal fucking amount of validation stops being enough, people start to escalate that shit. They push further. They fucking go harder for the little bro online, bro. They do something more extreme every single time because the reaction was the fucking point. And they need a bigger reaction now to feel the same thing. Bro, if you haven't kept up with this shit, bro, Doherty is the worst of this shit. I've already talked about him before, but a recent situation actually brought up to the same point, and I'm gonna get to that in a moment. To be honest, guys, there are 3 types of validation addicts I want to walk through, and they all exist in different ends of the same broken fucking spectrum. First one is the Ragebaiters, and you already know what the Ragebaiters do. They are always trying to get a reaction out of someone. Ragebait is the most efficient validation delivery system ever fucking invented. I swear to God, whoever invented ragebaiting, bro, I gotta give him a round of applause. That shit actually fucking works. And the reason it works so well is depressingly fucking simple. Outrage travels way faster than anything else on the internet. Faster than good news, faster than genuinely fucking interesting ideas. Nothing spreads like people being fucking pissed off. As you know, guys, there are online who legit fucking made a cheat code out of this shit. They figure out how to make people angry, reliably, repeatedly, and fucking on purpose. You have the fucking cheat code for attention. You don't need to be talented. You don't need to be interesting. You just need to say or do the same thing that actually gets people to fucking comment. This guy needs to be fucking stopped. Bro, you've seen the fucking commentary videos about this shit. I've talked about this shit many fucking times. It works. The algorithm wants to keep pushing the same rage bait as content because it will always get views. Reactions get views. That's the whole point of this shit. The end of this shit is Doherty, bro. Doherty has been doing rage bait fucking content for years, flipping things off of counters, being loud in public, the general I'm going to be as annoying as possible on fucking camera pipeline. And it works. Millions of followers, the machine is running, but Jack recently took the content in a new direction by getting arrested in Miami Beach at 3 a.m. in the fucking morning for standing in the middle of traffic to film a video. Now, come on guys, if you've seen the same fucking cringy ass rap videos that you've seen online, you know what I'm talking about, where they actually stand in the middle of the fucking street and do that shit. That shit is the fucking corniest shit I've ever seen, yet they continue to do that because it gets views. Legitimately, officers told him multiple times to clear the road, and he said, and this is fucking real, bro, he's so delusional in his fucking mind that he actually said,
"Once I'm done with this, bet."
Bro, what the fuck are you thinking, bro? The cops are legitimately right there. They're telling you to move. They're telling you to get the fuck out of the way. And your response is legitimately, hold on, I'm not even finished yet? Bro, who the fuck are you, bro? Who is this guy? Bro, think he's the main character in his own fucking shit. Like, this whole shit is his own story. The amount of fucking dumbass content that Doherty fucking produces, like, is that worth getting arrested for, bro? You have nothing of value. But to little kids, they love that shit, bro. They ride him to no end, bro. What content was so fucking crucial that you need to finish it while law enforcement was physically present asking you to fucking stop? Body cam footage of this single event is so funny, bro. You can look it up at Moist Critical's video or any other YouTuber's video about this situation because this is fucking hilarious to me. Search the fuck out of them later on, bro, and they found fucking drugs and weed on this dude. Man, had the audacity to say that was the worst 24 hours of my life. I wish I did something crazier to make it worth it. How the fuck do I keep on fucking scrolling and I see downfall videos of Doherty about every single time, bro? This shit is making views all the time, over and over. It's like a cycle with these people, bro. Yet this dude is still here. He's still actively relevant, obviously, because Moist Critical has to talk about the situation too. So to be honest, guys, this guy's probably gonna get a slap on the wrist. I mean, are we really gonna pretend that YouTubers and TikTokers actually get the same kind of attention as a regular civilian? bro, they always have some kind of money to get them out of the fucking situation, and it goes relatively unscathed for them. But the audacity to make something go crazier, bro, the audacity to go even harder on your own degenerate ass content is what's killing it for me, bro. That is a person whose relation with validation has completely disconnected from their relationship with the consequences. The only thing that registers is what the content is worth. Did the reaction hit? And if the answer is no, the solution is more escalation, not less. He wants to be more chaotic, more crazy for this shit, bro. His relevancy is slowly declining every single day for this guy. Now, another known prominent Ragebaiter is Sneako. And unfortunately, he's somehow a little bit worse with Jack Doherty, except that he's not actually performing the acts as Jack Doherty. He does some other degenerate fucking stuff. See, Sneako actually started as a real content creator who had genuine skill. He had real editing, interesting videos, and an actual perspective. And somewhere along the way, he figured out that being controversial got more traction than actually being a good guy and a good editor and a good creator. And he kept leaning into that fact. Further and further, more extreme takes.
She's talking that she hasn't been properly in a long time.
More inflammatory content, more deliberately provocative framing on every fucking thing he posts. Nowadays, bro, he legit is in that same fucking spiral that he actually can never get out of. Whether he's fake stunning fucking being Muslim or actually trying to join these fucking dumbass alpha male groups, he's still the same loser. Literally every time he says some dumbass shit, it always gets clipped, it gets shared, and the algorithm continues to keep pushing that shit. And the engagement cycle, bro, always goes up. And his brain logs that shit as success. So he says the more wilder, the more crazy, the more outrageous things to get that click, to get that view, man. And the cycle just keeps on running. The content stopped being about anything real long ago, man. It's just pure escalation in search of a bigger reaction. Legitimately such a fucking loser that he pinpoints and defines the accuracy of the validation addiction. Legitimately the perfect example of what validation looks like when it takes a hold of someone with actual genuine talent. The talent doesn't actually disappear, but it just gets fully redirected and manufactured into creating outrage. And the worst part is that it actually works. It actually gained him relevancy. The numbers go up every time he does this shit, which is exactly why he can't stop the cycle. As you see in the news lately, there is one Ragebaiter that actually crossed the line between this is annoying shit to actual real damage of a real person. And obviously, if you don't know their name already, it's Vitaly. As you've seen with the rise of Gideon having gone from pranks to actually genuine fucking catching predators, which is actually a step up to the real content he's actually doing, a lot of YouTubers and TikTokers want to start doing that shit. And Vitaly was the first to do that catching proud predators series back on Kick. He would legitimately live stream these things and create a whole spectacle of the person involved. And look, I get the appeal of the surface. It feels like you're actually doing something meaningful. You're exposing the bad people in society. The audience is engaged for a reason beyond just fucking entertainment. Come on, his first fucking roots are the entertainment. He legitimately built his entire career off just being a prankster. So him doing fucking stings doesn't register to his audience as taking it seriously. When you run that kind of vigilante operation, that dumbass operation, primarily just for content, for views, for likes, for attention, or for clout, bro, just for fucking the spectacle, the chaos of that shit, because Vitaly legitimately built his entire career off being the prankster. Gideon also did, but he actually pivoted. He's actually getting these predators arrested and put in jail, which is a good thing. He's actually making impact, and he deserves the viewership he gets. So I'm not actually hitting on Gideon. He's actually doing great. What I'm talking about is Vitaly. Look, Vitaly is a chaotic loser, bro. He legit gets sloppy. He moves fast. He prioritizes the clip over the actual verification. And eventually, he obviously does wrong.
I want to apologize for a mistake we made in one of our last streams.
Vitaly and his little crew set up a sting operation involving a man named Akash Sagania, streamed it live for thousands of people, portraying him as a child predator in real time. The whole chat lit the up, bro. If you saw that shit, bro, people were going crazy. Peak fucking engagement, peak fucking reaction, peak fucking enjoyment and chaos and spectacle. Mission accomplished for this dude. Except Sagania never intended to meet a minor. The decoy apparently never told him she was underage. He was cleared of all wrongdoing. And by the time Vitaly posted an apology and took the video down, the damage was already permanent. The man's life had been turned upside down. His personal and professional relationships were fucking destroyed. Harassment was coming from every fucking direction. Vitaly's PR response: well, the Snapchats got messed up. Wrong time, wrong place. Bro, oh my god, bro, how do you mess that shit up? Like, you constantly see Gideon and predator poachers actually getting facts and placing it over months in advance before actually catching the guy. Bro, he didn't do anything, bro. This would do anything just to get attention, just to get views.
I was getting a perfect fucking farm clip.
And he messed the entire operation all up. The thing is, guys, in these kind of situations, the most extreme version of rage baiting is that it was done in the format of something that looked responsible. Catching predators sounds like a public service. It sounds like accountability journalism. But when the real motivation is reaction, the live chat going crazy, the clip going viral, the stream popping off, then the verification becomes a secondary concern. And that's when real people start getting hurt. This is the shit that rage bait ends up at, man. It stops being I said something provocative and actually starts being I permanently damaged someone's life just for engagement. Now, type 2 is pranksters. And before I even say anything else, guys, I know the people I talked about earlier in the Ragebaiters are actually some prominent pranksters in real time. Of course, I get that. But I'm talking about the people who are some of the relatively new pranksters that actually hurt genuine people. This new style of prankster pipeline is slightly different because they want you to be entertained by someone else's reaction to them. The target is the fucking content. The unwilling participants' confusion, anger, or discomfort is the product. It's the reaction. It's the people that actually want to click on to see. Now, for a long time, this existed in a relatively harmless space. If you go back to Gideon's earlier content, you look at Valen Levine, you look at people like Loaf, these guys did fake spills, surprise boxes, awkward social experiments. It's fine. It's whatever. Nobody's actually getting hurt. Everybody goes home. They made themselves the actual awkward people or the funny reaction in the video. I said with regards to the algorithm that it has largely changed because the algorithm started rewarding escalation, same as everything else. And the pranks started getting more and more extreme, more invasive, more disruptive, and more targeted at people who never signed up to be in someone's content. Now, one of the most pronounced pranksters that have actually fucking gone viral from this shit, from doing this fucking loop of this shit, bro, is people like Heston James, who've actually recently gotten arrested for it. Heston James is a TikTok prankster whose videos involved him and his crew showing up to real businesses. He had the auto shops, the tire places, the Chipotles, bro, impersonating fucking employees and causing complete chaos inside.
No, go ahead and take over the lanes. Go ahead and I need people that self-check.
One of you got fucking 12 million views. 12 fucking million people are watching this shit and laughing at this shit. And Adam walked in the auto repair shop claiming to be from corporate. And a van of his guys pulled up and started crawling under customers' actual cars and running around with tools while real employees had no idea what was happening. Not even gonna cap with you, bro. 12 million, gang? 12 million views is egregiously insane, Cuddy, man. I swear to God, that's amazing, but that's amazing for his pranksters too, man. But it worked up right until the fucking Arizona Police Department connected him to multiple incidences and arrested him on the spot. Legitimately ended up facing 13 charges: burglary in the fucking 3rd degree, criminal impersonation, trespassing, disorderly conduct, potentially looking at fucking 9 years and 8 months in prison. All this happened just for his dumbass fucking pranks. And look, I'm gonna be really honest, guys. People are saying that it's obvious you can't walk into business and pretend to be an employee. That's a crime. That is true, man. That is absolutely. But fucking getting 9 years and 8 months? Fuck, that's egregious for a prank, bro. I swear to God. Not defending Heston slightest, bro, at all. But damn, 9 years, almost 10 years for this dude? Man, well, I mean, they're gonna try to make an example out of them, and I'm all here for it. So I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna fucking beat around the bush, bro. I'm not gonna do that shit again. I'm supporting that shit. Fucking funny of this shit is that he posted his mugshot on Instagram and put that shit on t-shirts to sell them in order to fund his own legal defense. This dude doesn't give two about the actual situation, not no apology or anything like that shit. He only cares about his own self-interest. Look, I'm not gonna hit on too much, bro. Ed Ross actually stepped up and said he's gonna cover the fucking deal. But dude, bro, grown man, fucking 24, still doing this shit, bro. Grow the fuck up, bro. Holy shit. Bro, you goddamn almost there to 30 years old and you're still doing these clown ass, dumb ass pranks. This shit's gotta go. Now, there are a myriad of other dumb ass pranksters who do this shit for fame, clout, and viewership, just like Heston James. Bro, the people I like to call the dregs of society. Now, another take I want to talk about is the My House is Dirty crew, who is an entirely different brand and they operate in a duo setting. These whole model is legitimately targeting vulnerable people. They take items from people's shopping carts, approach strangers with weaponized gaslighting, making people doubt what they actually saw or heard. Content legitimately built around baiting people into reactions and then filming the explosion aftermath because fucking it gets likes, comments, views, and attention. They also create these racist ass caricatures just for views. Deliberate selection of targets who are less likely to be able to clap back effectively. I'm not even gonna lie, this new fucking prankster pipeline is just punching down content. content. The targets are usually people who are by themselves, distracted, not expecting to be filmed, and don't have the social leverage to make the prankster face any consequences in the moment. The content is funny to a certain audience because someone who legitimately didn't ask to be in the video had a big reaction. Bro, not gonna lie, bro, it's Gen Z and Gen Alpha losers, bro. But the person who had the biggest reaction is a real person who just had their day ruined for somebody else's clip. Look, bro, the audience is too blindsided to actually understand or see that part. They just came for the reaction, for the views, for the likes. They want to see this funny moment. And then there's fucking Jay Kinda Funny, who built his fucking lame ass entire career off around walking up to strangers, making bizarre noises, the infamous Chupapi Muñaño shit, which I don't know what that means. Do you guys know? Bro, let me know in the comments. And either taking things from them or invading their personal space until they react, until they give them the reaction, the explosion, the content that he wants, and then filming that same reaction. Now, in my honest opinion, Jay's situation is actually relatively harmless compared to the people I was talking about earlier. His content is actually pretty harmless when you really think about it and really view it. Nobody's actually getting arrested. Nobody's actually getting hurt or seriously disrupted. It's mostly just weird and confusing in a way that most people find more funny than offensive. I mean, sure, he does get attacked by the same strangers he actually pulls pranks on. That's understandable. They fucking had that reaction, bro. Like, in my honest opinion, bro, if that shit happened to me, bro, we run in once, I swear to God, bro. But it's still the same mechanic at the core. The stranger's involuntary reaction is the product. They didn't sign up for it. They don't want to be filmed, and they don't know that they're actually being filmed. Their confusion is the entertainment. The reason why it actually doesn't receive as much backlash as people like Jack Doherty or the My House is Dirty crew, legitimately because Jay's personality makes the whole thing more playful than actually predatory. The vibe is chaotic, but not really malicious. And the distinction matters because the difference between a prank and that's funny and a prank that's genuinely harmful usually comes down to whether the target's dignity is still intact at the end of it. Look, guys, this video is actually getting longer than I anticipated, so I'm going to be linking Type 3 into a new fucking section. Its own fucking video, a part 2 extension of this video. So stay tuned because you definitely do not want to miss that shit. But genuinely, here's what I keep coming back to after looking at both of these types we talked about today. The Ragebaiter and the Prankster. On the surface level, they look genuinely different. One's posting hot takes and manufacturing outrage. The other one's running into auto shops with a camera crew, different energy, different aesthetic, different audience. But that same fucking outrage reaction style machine is still running underneath, and it is still identical to both one. They legitimately both need the reaction. They both escalate when the reaction gets smaller. They both stop being able to see the actual cost of what they're actually doing because the fucking engagement number is the only thing that registers as real feedback anymore. All of them are legitimately so locked into validation loop that the consequences stop computing. Bro, this fucking video was actually 3 types. I had to legitimately fucking condense this shit to actually make this shit work and fit. So we only have the 2 types for now. But part 2 will be on its way. I guarantee it for you. Because at least the Ragebaiter and the Prankster know they're performing for an audience. The third type genuinely believes that the world is their own movie set. And they are fucking everywhere. Now, to end it on a high note, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, and comment down below what you want to see from me next. But before you go, make sure to check out my last video in the left-hand side of your screen. Click it right now, and I'll see you over there. Trust me, you do not want to miss the next video. Join the fucking Koi family today.